Did you know that a common fruit could help protect your brain and slow the progression of Alzheimer's? In this video, we'll reveal the truth that no one tells you about this powerful food, how it works on your memory, and why scientific studies back it up. Get ready to discover a natural secret that could change the way you care for your mind and brain health. For centuries, a powerful category of fruits has protected the mind and memory, without pills, without complicated treatments, and yet modern medicine hardly mentions it. One fruit in particular, taken the right way, can begin to reduce inflammation and improve mental clarity in less than 24 hours. Yes, that fast. And today I'm going to show you exactly how it works. I'm Dr. Margaret Ellis, specialist in geriatrics and cognitive health. In more than 20 years of practice, I've seen thousands of older adults regain their mental energy and strengthen their memory without depending on drugs or invasive solutions. Their stories are proof that nature holds answers we've forgotten. And here's the most important part. The number one fruit to protect your brain from Alzheimer's is not a rare supplement or an expensive remedy. Most likely, it's already in your kitchen waiting for you to use it. In this video, you'll discover 5 fruits that support your memory, improve blood flow to the brain, and help keep your neurons alive. And I assure you, number 1 will surprise you, because you've been eating it all your life without knowing the power it had. If you want to take control, subscribe and activate the bell. Every video is filled with simple, natural steps to maintain your clarity. Leave me a yes in the comments if this resonates with you, or a no if it doesn't. I read each and every one. Now let's dive into the first fruit that protects your brain. Fruit number 5, citrus. Oranges, tangerines, lemons, and grapefruits. They may seem like simple fruits, but in reality, they're a very powerful starting point to protect your brain and memory. For centuries, they've been used to cleanse and strengthen the body, and today science confirms what was once only intuition. Their combination of vitamin C and bioflavonoids, such as hesperidin and naringenin, helps reduce inflammation and oxidative stress that damage neurons and contribute to cognitive decline. When that inflammation decreases, the mind works with more clarity and energy. Vitamin C not only strengthens your defenses, it also protects the blood-brain barrier and keeps blood vessels flexible. That means better circulation in the brain and more oxygen and nutrients reaching key areas such as the hippocampus, which is responsible for memory. Put simply, neurons work with fewer interferences. I recall the case of Emily, a 72-year-old patient who complained of frequent forgetfulness and waking up with a foggy mind. I recommended something very simple, starting the day with a glass of warm water and half a lemon, and adding an orange mid-morning. Within a few weeks, she told me she woke up with more mental clarity and could follow conversations without losing the thread. She didn't need expensive supplements, just consistency with this very common fruit. Citrus fruits also support digestion and the liver, improving nutrient absorption, and a balanced gut means less inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. They also stimulate nitric oxide production, which improves blood circulation. That double action, antioxidant and vasodilator, is a huge help in protecting neurons. Integrating them into your routine is simple. In the morning, a glass of warm water with lemon, always rinsing your mouth afterward to protect tooth enamel. Mid-morning, a whole orange or tangerine. At lunch, a salad with orange slices and a bit of extra virgin olive oil. The healthy fat helps absorb antioxidants better. You can even prepare an infusion with lemon slices and some of its peel, which concentrates bioflavonoids. Just keep 2 details in mind. If you take medication, check for possible interactions with grapefruit. If you suffer from reflux, start with a small amount of lemon or dilute it more to avoid discomfort. Citrus fruits are not a quick trick or a passing fad. They're a solid foundation to protect memory every day. Less inflammation, better circulation, improved digestion, and over time, a clearer, more active brain. Fruit number 5 may seem ordinary, but it is a true ally against cognitive decline. Now let's move further down the list. Fruit number 4, kiwi. With its bright green pulp and tiny seeds, it looks like just another exotic fruit, but in reality, it's a true nutrient bomb that can make a real difference in brain health. What makes it special is its ability to fight low-grade chronic inflammation, one of the greatest enemies of memory and a key factor in the development of Alzheimer's. Kiwi actually contains more vitamin C than oranges, and that vitamin, beyond strengthening the immune system, plays an essential role in the brain. It protects neurons from oxidative damage, maintains the integrity of cell membranes, and helps reduce inflammation in nerve tissue. Less inflammation means more synaptic connections working normally, and that translates into a clearer mind. But kiwi doesn't stop at vitamin C. It also contains vitamin E, potassium, and polyphenols, which together modulate inflammatory processes in the body. And here's a unique detail: the enzyme actinidin. It improves protein digestion and reduces intestinal toxins that can trigger inflammation throughout the body. Why does this matter for the brain? Because today, we know that the gut and brain are connected. When the gut is calm, the brain functions better. In addition, kiwi helps with nighttime rest. It contains serotonin precursors that promote deeper, more restorative sleep. And during that sleep, the brain's lymphatic system activates to eliminate waste and harmful metabolites, such as beta amyloids, directly linked to Alzheimer's. In other words, sleeping well is brain hygiene, and kiwi can help you achieve it. A study in older adults showed that those who consumed kiwi regularly had lower levels of inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. These are two of the biomarkers most strongly associated with cognitive decline. The results confirm what we already see in practice. A simple fruit can have a profound impact. Incorporating kiwi is easy. You can eat one medium fruit every morning as part of breakfast, add it to a fruit salad, or even blend it with citrus fruits for an antioxidant juice. Its low glycemic index makes it safe for people monitoring their blood sugar, and it very rarely causes adverse reactions. Fruit number 4 is, in short, a double ally. It protects the brain from oxidative stress, while also supporting the restful sleep the brain needs to regenerate. It's not a luxury in the diet. It's a cognitive health insurance policy you can include every day with ease. Now we reach a point that surprises many people. Fruit number 3, cherries. When we think about protecting the brain, hardly anyone thinks of this small red fruit. But science shows that it may be one of the most effective at reducing inflammation and improving memory. The secret of cherries lies in their anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their intense color. These compounds are not only antioxidants, but they also block inflammatory enzymes that directly affect the nervous system. In fact, they act on COX-2 pathways related to brain inflammation. By reducing that activity, cherries help keep neurons less irritated and more functional. But they don't stop there. Cherries also contain natural melatonin and its precursors, which means they promote deeper sleep. Why is this crucial for memory? Because during sleep, memories are consolidated, and the brain is cleansed of toxins such as beta amyloids, the proteins that accumulate in Alzheimer's disease. Better sleep means a cleaner brain and a more stable memory. I remember a 68-year-old patient who complained about waking up several times during the night and feeling exhausted and unfocused the next day. I suggested he include cherries in his breakfast and, if possible, a small glass of tart cherry juice before bed. Within a few weeks, he told me he no longer woke up as often, was resting better, and could focus on reading again. What seemed like a small change had an enormous impact on his quality of life. Cherries are also good for circulation. Their antioxidants help keep blood vessels flexible and improve cerebral blood flow. This translates into better oxygenation and better mental performance. They even have a mild diuretic effect, helping the body eliminate toxins without disrupting mineral balance, something especially useful for older adults. Integrating them into the diet is simple. You can have a handful of fresh or frozen cherries for breakfast, add them to natural yogurt, or drink a glass of tart cherry juice in the morning or evening. If you prefer something lighter, just mix them with warm water to make a gentle antioxidant infusion. Fruit number 3 may seem small and easy to overlook, but it is an unexpected protector of memory. It reduces inflammation, improves sleep, and supports circulation. 3 fundamental pillars to keep the brain strong against Alzheimer's. Now we move into a group of fruits many call superfoods, and for very good reason. Fruit number 2, berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. Small, colorful, and sweet yet powerful defenders of memory. Berries are loaded with antioxidants, especially anthocyanins and polyphenols, which protect the brain from oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. These silent processes damage neurons and accelerate cognitive decline. By reducing that damage, berries help keep synaptic connections active and allow the mind to work more sharply. One of the most interesting effects of berries is their ability to increase nitric oxide production, improving circulation in the tiny blood vessels that nourish the brain. More oxygen and nutrients reaching neurons means more memory and greater mental clarity. In addition, specific compounds such as ellagic acid in strawberries help regulate cell growth and may reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases in the long term. Not long ago, I treated a 72-year-old retiree who told me his mind felt slower and slower, that he frequently forgot where he left things, and that he no longer had the same spark for solving problems. I recommended incorporating a mix of berries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries into his breakfast every single day. 2 weeks later, he returned to my office and told me he felt less confused, had more mental energy, and above all, had regained his self-confidence. Small changes, big results, but the benefits of berries don't stop at memory. They also improve cardiovascular health, regulate blood pressure, and help stabilize blood sugar. All of this is key because when the heart and circulation function well, so does the brain. And a stable metabolism prevents the energy spikes and crashes that harm concentration. Adding berries to your daily routine is very easy. You can put a handful of blueberries in natural yogurt, make a smoothie with strawberries and water, or even drink a cup of berry infusion. If you don't have access to fresh berries, frozen ones retain most of their nutrients and are just as effective. Fruit number 2 not only helps preserve memory, it also supports the heart, stabilizes metabolism, and protects against the inflammation that does so much damage to the brain. Including them every day is like building an invisible wall that defends your neurons against the wear of time. And now we reach the end of the list with the most important of all. Fruit number 1, watermelon. For many, it's simply the fruit of summer, fresh, juicy, and a reminder of sunny afternoons with family. But what almost nobody knows is that this sweet, light fruit is one of the most powerful allies for brain and memory health. The secret of watermelon lies in a compound called lycopene, an antioxidant that gives it its deep red color. Lycopene has been shown to have a direct effect on reducing inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain, two processes closely linked to the development of Alzheimer's. By lowering this inflammatory burden, neurons can function in a more stable and less hostile environment. In addition, lycopene protects blood vessels, improves circulation, and helps oxygen and nutrients reach the brain areas that need them most. This not only enhances cognitive function, it also provides an added benefit: better overall performance of the circulatory system. One important detail is that lycopene is absorbed better when paired with a small amount of healthy fat. That's why a watermelon salad with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil or a few walnuts is not only delicious, but also multiplies its brain benefits. And if you combine it with citrus fruits at the start of the day, the antioxidant effect is even stronger. Another great advantage is hydration. Watermelon is more than 90% water, making it an excellent resource for older adults who often don't drink enough fluids. A well-hydrated brain works better, maintains electrolyte balance, and feels more energetic and clear. I remember Antonio, 75 years old, who had begun feeling increasingly forgetful. It wasn't just losing keys or names, it was going blank in the middle of a conversation. I suggested adding 2 cups of watermelon to his breakfast, along with his glass of water with lemon. A few weeks later, he told me he felt more energetic, thought more clearly, and even his mood had improved. Small changes, big differences. Including watermelon in your daily routine is simple. 2 or 3 cups in the morning are enough. If you prefer a smoother texture, you can blend it into a smoothie or let it sit at room temperature for a few minutes before eating. There are no significant adverse effects when consumed in moderation, only benefits: greater mental clarity, improved circulation, and constant hydration that the brain appreciates. Fruit number 1 may seem innocent, but its richness in lycopene makes it a natural defense against cognitive decline. It doesn't just refresh, it protects, hydrates, and strengthens the brain in its daily fight against inflammation and the wear of time. We've gone through 5 fruits that may seem simple, but can become natural defenses against cognitive decline. Citrus fruits help reduce inflammation and improve cerebral circulation. Kiwi provides an extra dose of vitamin C and promotes restorative sleep. Cherries reduce inflammation and improve sleep thanks to their natural melatonin. Berries protect neurons with their antioxidants and strengthen the heart and metabolism. Watermelon, with its lycopene and hydrating power, is an unexpected shield against brain damage. 5 fruits that together form a simple, natural strategy to support your memory, attention, and mental clarity. Remember something important. Your brain hasn't given up. It hasn't shut down. It's just asking for support. Those memory gaps, those moments of forgetfulness, are not a sign of defeat. They are a call to give it what it needs. I've seen real transformations. People who regain focus in reading, grandparents who remember names they thought were lost, older women and men who feel present in their daily lives again. And it all started with a small decision: choosing a fruit, incorporating it daily, and letting consistency do the rest. You don't have to do everything at once. Start with something as simple as a glass of water with lemon in the morning, a handful of blueberries at breakfast, or a serving of watermelon on a hot day. You'll notice that little by little, your memory feels lighter and your mind more alert. If this video has inspired you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and leave me a comment. I read every single one. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because here you'll find many more videos on brain health with natural, practical tips to keep your mind strong at any age. Until next time. Remember, your memory can be clearer than you imagine. You just have to give it the chance.